Hi, how do you keep in touch with your customers or clients? Is it through the phone, email, face-to-face meetings, Skype, Zoom, social media perhaps, or maybe a Facebook group? One of the best ways that I think you should be keeping in contact with your customers and your potential customers is by having a newsletter. Now there's two different forms, or two forms that people usually use. One is email and the other one is a physical newsletter. My preference is to have a physical newsletter, and simply because if I look at my own inbox, I have so many emails that the ones that I don't like or recognize, I simply unsubscribe or press delete. So there's way too many emails coming in, there's too much noise, but there aren't that many people who are sending out physical newsletters through the post. And we've kind of done a 360 now, because people used to get too much junk mail and nowadays they get more junk email than they do junk mail, so there's more chance of them opening up a letter through the post or a newsletter through the post than there is of them opening up an email, because we're all drowned in email. So my suggestion to you is to have a newsletter, and one of the immediate benefits of having a newsletter is that you stay front of mind, because I'm sure you've heard that out of sight is out of mind. So if you're not sharing information with your customers on a regular basis, they might soon forget about you, so you want to stay front of mind. The second thing is that it gives you an opportunity to share your expertise and to also share your products. So if you've got a new product, you can share that through the newsletter, or if you want to share some know-how or some things that are happening in your business, you can quite easily share that with your customers and your potential customers. So it's a good way to share information with them. Another great advantage of it is that it enables you to build your list of future customers to be. And the bigger the list you have, the better it is, as long as obviously you're converting that list into customers. And another benefit is it keeps you on your toes, because if you have a newsletter, you'll forever be thinking two things. One is, what can we do differently to obviously share in our newsletter, and the secondly, you'll always be looking for content or new ideas to get ready for your newsletter. So it kind of gets you on your toes to start thinking about things differently, to start thinking about new ideas, and then obviously implementing those ideas and then sharing them with your customers or clients to share how you've done, and giving them more ideas to implement. Another big benefit is that it enables you to kind of ring fence your customers, because it's guaranteed there are other suppliers who are talking to your customers and who want them to be their customers. So if you stop communicating regularly, somebody else is communicating with them, it could be likely that they may be enticed or inclined or encouraged to move over to somebody else, because they don't feel like you're giving them any TLC. So you got to keep showing them TLC, tender love and care, so that they feel like they're wanted, because we all want to feel like we're wanted, don't we? Of course we do. That's a good opportunity. Something else which you can do is it helps you to promote your own services and products, but also to promote the services and products of your customers and clients. So if you've got a customer who's selling something which is really good, perhaps you've bought it, or you know it's really beneficial to all of your customers and your potential customers or your people on your list, why not promote your customer? Your customer will be happy. People who are looking for that particular product or service will be more likely to use them, because you've kind of indirectly referred them to your existing customer. So it's a win-win for all, and it gives you a good news story. And newsletters are also a fantastic way of sharing case studies and testimonials. So if you've done something really good for a customer or client, you can either create a short testimonial or a video testimonial or a case study and share that in your newsletter. That kind of helps your existing customers see that you are doing a good job for others alongside them, of course. But also, if you've got a list of potential customers who haven't signed up, or leads as we call them, who haven't signed up, then if they see those testimonials or case studies, they might be one step closer to signing up, because they'll be thinking, well, I want some of that. You've helped somebody else do it this month. Last month it was another person. So I've seen 2, 3, 4, 5 case studies now through your newsletters where you're doing some great stuff, can I also talk to you about wanting to be a customer or a client? So that's a fantastic way to get more customers and clients. What you should also be thinking about is, should it be free or should you charge for it? Now, the better the content, the more likely I would say is that you should charge for it, because sometimes people don't appreciate free. However, with the advent of Google, social media, and so much free information out there, there is a balance of thinking, is somebody going to pay for this newsletter? And the answer is, it depends. It depends on the quality. But if you're just starting off, then just create a free newsletter and send it out to people, and ask your existing customers or clients to give you names of people who would like to receive that newsletter. So it's a great way of generating more and new leads, because if you ask someone to refer a customer to you, sometimes they're unsure, they need to think about it. Whereas if you said to them, do you read our newsletter? And they said, yes, I do. Do you like it? Yes, it's a good newsletter. So then you could say, well, can you think of 2 or 3 other people in your network who would benefit from receiving our newsletter? And don't be surprised when they rattle off 2, 3, 4, maybe more names and say, can you add all of these people to your newsletter list? And you would say, can you go and ask them to find out if they are happy to go onto our list? If they are, introduce us, and then we'll add them to the list. So you can do it that way, and you can get more customers. And of course, once you've created content in your newsletter, you can then repurpose that, and you can share that through social media. You can create blogs, articles, videos, and many other forms, even an ebook to share with people about the content you've shared. So repurpose it and share it in different ways. So those are some of the advantages of having a newsletter. A lot of people think it's too much effort. Why would I want a newsletter? I can share my own experiences with you of all the people that I've worked with. The ones that have a newsletter tend to build up a very big base of potential customers. They tend to hold on to their own customers for longer. They tend to generate more testimonials and case studies because they're actively looking for them. They tend to generate more referrals because they're looking for them, and they tend to improve their conversion rates. So if you don't have a newsletter, it's well worth the effort. I would strongly suggest and recommend that that's something that you start on pretty quickly. And even if it's just, say, 300 words, so just one article that you want to share, you can call that your newsletter and just send it by email. And the longer you do it, I say after a month or 2 months or 3 months, you can then have 2 articles or 3 articles or 4 articles. So expand it and grow it over time. There's no compulsion for you to have 6 articles at the start. The most important thing is to make sure you're consistent, and to make sure that you share the newsletter at a regular frequency. So if you do one every week, make sure you stick to it and do it every week. If it's fortnightly or monthly, then make sure you stick to that routine. So as long as you stick to the routine and you're consistent and you share content with people, I'm sure you'll get plenty of good feedback, and through that feedback you can then have a mechanism of improving. But newsletters are a really good way of keeping in touch with your customers and your future customers. So please do make a start on creating a newsletter if you don't have one. Bye for now.